Hi, so welcome to the second video of this series. What we're going to do is talk about attack types. So as a cyber professional, you want to understand the different attack types, right? And it's important to be familiar with different network attack types that may occur on the network resources to how to prevent these from happening, right? These specific attacks. Now, we not only need to know how to prevent these type of attacks, but also how they're getting carried out. So we're going to talk about a few different things: web application exploits, database attack types, and exploits, and also additional attack types as well. All right, so now I'm just going to head to the XAMPP. There we go. Perfect. And I'm going to start the Apache and the MySQL just like I did on the previous exercise. It needs to run for the DVWA to be accessible. All right, so now that I've got those started, just going to minimize that. Now, just going to, let's see, open this up here so we can get the DVWA running again. Okay. Quite all right. All right, perfect. So now that I'm in, you'll see the different types of web application exploits, right, as far as these here. So now I'm just going to, let's see, minimize this. So actually, you know what, I'll leave it up and then I'll just connect here. Then let's see, I gotta open up Firefox. Because I'm gonna open up DVW in this machine as well. Probably should have copied and pasted, but oh well. Right. All right, definitely don't want to save. All right, perfect. So now the DVWA is now accessed remotely from this machine using the web browser I'm using, right? By using Kali Linux, specific web application vulnerabilities can be exploited. So now I'm going to move on to our next task, which is to perform a cross-site scripting attack, which is by injecting a malicious script into a vulnerable web app. So by injecting the script, it allows an attacker to mislead a different user's web browser to accept the malicious code as legitimate, and it'll give the attacker access to information stored by the web browser. So there's two different forms of cross-site scripting attacks, which are stored and reflected attack types. So a stored cross-site scripting attack, as the name suggests, stores the malicious script in a vulnerable website, where with a reflected attack, the script is ejected by other means, for example, an email or search results in a web browser. So I'm going to conduct it through the DVW here. So I'm going to go back here, right? And let me actually bring the XAMPP back up. Just want to make sure these were still running. Then I'm going to bring this back up here. And we're still there. All right, perfect. Let's see. There we go. Then we're going to put this below here. Submit. So now that we know it's this level here, right? And then I'm going to do a cross-site stored. Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. So now we see the now we have the vulnerability for the stored cross-site scripting page. The details here that I displayed as far as the name and the message to have within it. So now I'm going to create another message using the HTML tags. And using the HTML tags, we're going to test to see if the website will accept these specific tags, which will identify a possible vulnerability. So the name, let's see, I have it here like this. And I want the message to be yeah, should be good to go. All right, so as can be seen from the output, um, the vulnerable website accepted the HTML tags, which can make it possible to inject malicious JavaScript code into the web page. So I'm going to create one more message. Actually, it's here. All right. There it is. All right, perfect. So as we can see, we entered in the message, so the pop-up message is generating. So it shows that the website is vulnerable to a cross-site scripting attack, right? So just going to click OK here, and I'm just going to clear the guest book, so it clears all the entries that I've just inputted. All right, so now I'm just going to do one more. Let's see. All right, perfect. So now, as we can see, the security is low, and it displays that message there. So I'm just going to click OK to close that out. And we're good to go. Now, as you saw there from the pop-up message, the pop-up window, it displays the security level and the session ID, right, the user. So as a stored cross-site scripting attack, every time a user signs the guestbook, the session ID will be displayed. And these types of attacks can be prevented by assuring the best coding practices when developing websites. All right, so now we can move on to database attack types and exploits. And we're going to get a bit into SQL injections. So I'm going to conduct a SQL injection exploit, right? So let's connect back to this machine here. And yep, just the Firefox here. Perfect. Yep. So we have Firefox, and then let's head to. I think we're already there. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So we're good to go. So let's see. Pretty much the same concept. Oh, right. And then we're gonna do perfect. And then two. D2 Gordon Brown. All right, perfect. Okay, so let's do 3. It should be loading. Hackney. All right, perfect. All right, so let's go. Let's try this one. Hackney. Wow, that's awesome. All right, so now I'm going to use, let's see. Yeah, let me copy this, paste, and do this one here. Perfect. Wow, I love it. I love it. So let's try. Let's see, another similar one. Let's see. Actually, no. Root at local host. All right, perfect. So now after executed the sequels, we now see the version of the database is being displayed, which can be used to find vulnerabilities for potential exploits, right? So let me do just one more. Let's see. Okay. Love SQL. All right, surname DVWA. All right, so now the main user, well, in a prior one, the main user for the database was disclosed after root at localhost. So now by attaining that information, a brute force attack on a specific user can be conducted to gain access to the database. And so now I'm going to enter in, let's see, just so I could be a bit lazy. Perfect. All right, so let's see, that's another SQL injection, and then I'm going to try, let's see. Here. Okay. Need to know how to spell. All right, perfect. So now a list of column headings of the table is displayed, reviewing the results, and we want to note that there is a column heading for user privileges and several other statistical data as well. So now I'm going to try, let's see. Here. All right. Okay. All right, let's see. Where that error is. Oh, I think I found it, but I'm going to check the rest. It should be good. Perfect. All right. All right. So now we can see from the results, a column in the database contains users being displayed, and the results from the users columns can also be displayed as well. So it's going to enter in another SQL here. Let's see. Right. Concatenate. I'm actually going to just confirm everything is correct here. Looks pretty good. Right, let's see if it loads for us. It should. There it is. All right, perfect. So let's take all of this, copy, and then let's see. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I was looking up on the actual browser. All right, perfect. So now that we've copied and pasted that, so now we're going to use another tool, and that'll be John the Ripper. So in order for John the Ripper to understand this output, we'll need to make some amendments to the document. So just going to remove ID and first name. All right, then let's hit save here. Actually, let me, before I do that, let me remove this too. Actually, you know what? No, I'll leave that. That's fine. All right, just say this document. save it on title. All right, then I'll just close that. All right, perfect. So we're gonna crack the capture password hashes using John the Ripper. And what John the Ripper is a password cracking utility that's distributed by default on Kali Linux. So it's a password database that has been created to be used for this task. So let's see. Just looking for, let's see, this one. Then John. There it is. Perfect. We got the terminal up. All right, perfect. So we're gonna get right to it. So I'm telling it what I want it to do. No, there it is. That was close. Maybe sensitive about that. All right, so we have the command. Let's execute it. Such file directory. See what I got wrong. Let's take a look here. I think I got it wrong here. Got nowhere. Here, it didn't connect. Huh. Okay. Take a look somewhere else. D5. Actually, let me keep that there. Or let's locku.txt. Maybe. Shouldn't show like that. Let's see. Let's try one more thing here. We're going to fix this. Right, perfect. So I figured it out. Would have been too fast there. This step, connecting it to the previous step when I saved the hashes from DVWA, I saved it without a name incorrectly. So the path that I had for this particular command, it wasn't able to find it because of how I saved it. I saved it to documents with no real name. So I just had to rename it, save it to where I wanted the command to be directed to, which is the desktop with the proper name, which is password. All right, and now I have the result that I have here with the command that was given. So, so now I'm just going to head on to the next portion of our task, right? I'm just gonna close this out. And just going to also note that the password for the users that was captured, it's displayed also in the command terminal after it was cracked using John the Ripper. So now these usernames and passwords can be used to access the DVWA website. And so can note down the username and password that was captured, because I'll be using these in a future task to access the site. So I'm going to open, let's see, new tab for Firefox. Then actually, you know what? Let me log out here, so I don't have to. Then I'm going to use Pablo, then his password. Don't save, and voila. So as you can see, I'm officially logged in using the capture credentials, and click the login button. Now I'm logged in under another user, right? So the capture credentials, long story short, were successfully logged into the website. Now, these types of attacks can be circumvented by implementing stronger password policies and securing web apps with the best coding practices, right? Just as a heads up. So I'm just going to minimize that, and we're going to move on to our next task. So we already ran through a few demonstrations of cross-site scripting attack and a SQL injection exploit, right? So these are just two types of attacks that can be used by a malicious third party. However, cyber professionals have to be aware of the many different avenues an attacker may use to penetrate a network, like an XML attack, overflow, remote code execution, directory traversal, privilege escalation, password spraying, credential stuffing, impersonation, man-in-the-middle session hijacking, rootkit, and even more, actually. So this is the end of the video. We went over a few attack types, and we also went over demonstrating these attack types. Web application exploits, database attack and exploits, additional cybersecurity attacks, as well as I named towards the end. So now we're able to verify that the DVWA is running, conducting a cross-site scripting attack, and identifying if a web structure is vulnerable to that sort of attack. And I'll see you in the next video.